Hey everybody, Maria here. So in my last video, I asked you guys a question if I should share some of the dark experiences I've been going through and if I should share my journey to making myself feel better, to being able to motivate you guys. And pretty much everybody said yes. So let me talk about a couple of things. First and foremost, I want you to all be aware that when I post videos for you, I am making a conscious effort to talk about things that could help you better yourself and motivate you and inspire you. With that said, generally speaking, I am not making videos on the days that I don't feel well because I think it translates into the video, and then me motivating you and inspiring you is kind of pointless at that point, right? So I do have dark times. I do have a lot of issues I'm dealing with that I will gradually talk to you guys about. So when you look at my videos, you don't just see all the positives, right? Because I realize that if you're constantly seeing the positive side of someone, then it's not a true image of who they really are. So first thing I'm going to talk about, so this initial video is going to be about basically the last couple of years of my life, and one of the factors that really messed up my happiness. And because most of us spend so much time during the week working, I think this is a very important topic to talk to you guys about. So in my previous job, not the one that I'm in today, I noticed in the last couple of years that my stress level had drastically gone up, and that started to affect my relationships, my relationship with my family, some of my closest friends, and of course my personal relationship, my emotional relationship. Now, the reason that happens is because somebody who is spending so many hours during the week unhappy, I mean, think about it. I don't need to do the math for you guys, but you know how many hours a week we spend working, right? So if you are unhappy all those hours, when you leave work or when you clock out from your shift, chances of you being happy are very slim. Some people can just turn that switch and go on about their lives, but I'm not one of them. If I'm not happy at work, everything else is impacted by it, affected by it. So I didn't myself notice until it was too late that some of my personal relationships were suffering because of it. And why? Because I complained all the time. Now, I don't complain to all of you guys unless I'm talking about LA traffic, but to people closest to me, I feel comfortable whining about it. I'm not gonna use bad words, but basically always talking negatives. Until one day I woke up and I said, okay, I'm tired of hearing myself talk bad things, meaning constantly complaining. I was tired. I'm sure that people around me were sick of it too. So I said, okay, enough is enough. If I coach people to make changes in their life, then why am I not doing it myself? So I said, okay, that's it. And I started hunting. Now, the problem is sometimes you can hunt for a job indefinitely and not find the right fit, whether it's a different city or not the pay you're looking for, or you just don't click with, the hiring manager when you go for an interview. Could be anything. Or, some people just don't interview well. But the point is that those were not the factors. I just wasn't getting calls. So that constant rejection was killing me. Honestly, it was like dying a slow death. And I don't want to sound dramatic, but it was dramatic to me because now all of a sudden, and everybody that lives in LA deals with rejection, but this was unbearable to me. And until I realized what the problem was. And the problem was that I didn't do a good job at building my resume. So then I hired a service and they worked on my resume and I sent it out everywhere. And then the day that I gave up, basically, on finding something else and just accepted the predicament I'm in, somebody contacted me for a job. And that's the job that I'm in now. Needless to say, when you have to be aware of what's going on around you to be able to make that change. I wasn't aware until it was almost too late because some people have walked out of my life because of it. because nobody wants to be around you when you're complaining all the time. And I realize that. And sometimes when we have friends or partners, we get comfortable and then share everything with them. But if everything becomes always the negative, that person is not going to want to spend time with you. So it's very important to be aware of that. So I've learned my lesson. I'm trying to do better. But the point is I'm not perfect. So it doesn't always work. But the positive in all of this is that I did change a job to something that I enjoy quite a lot. And my stress level has changed. I'm, sleeping more, I'm working out more, I'm eating better, I'm more motivated to get up in the morning and go to work. I'm more motivated to connect with people at work, which is very important when you spend that many hours around people. So that's one of them. There are more videos to come, but I wanted to start with this one because this was a big deal to me, and it lasted for years. I was unhappy about a lot of factors which are not important for this video, but I finally said, okay, I can't do this anymore. So making that change was the first step in healing what I have become, changing what I have become and healing myself, in other words. So any questions? Let me know.